Oh yeah. You know what? We gotta give this video the good treatment. We do. We do, and that's why we came here. So let's do it. Let's just hope we don't get in over our heads here. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Each Adventure channel. My name is Josh. I've been doing some exploring today in the high desert. It kind of left me here, and still kind of deserty, but a little bit mountainy, I guess. So yeah, been kind of fun just riding some trails all day long. It's already 1. I'm not even headed in the same direction going home. But anyways, since I had some time here to gather my thoughts and, well, hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I'm so confused. I don't know where I'm at. Oh well. Like I said, since I've had some time to collect my thoughts, I figured it'd be a good time to do a little video about the DRZ400. Talk about a couple of things that I don't like about it. 3 and 59. Where does that go? 3 and 59. 3 and 67. I think I want to go down. Oh, interesting. Okay, I know where I'm at. Sometimes you just gotta check the map. You know what I'm saying? Alright, first lefts. Got it. Alright, sometimes you just gotta check the map, figure out where you're gonna go. I had no route planned for today, and that's why the DRZ is such a great bike, is because I rode all the way from my house, and I feel like I've been riding forever, but it's really only been, you don't know, maybe 100 miles or so, but we found some good stuff, some single track, some rocky stuff. It's been a good day. Anyways, I want to make this video about the DRZ and talk a little bit about the things that I don't like about it. You guys seem to like those kind of videos, and I figured I'd make one for the DRZ. I've made one for my prior 2 bikes, my CRF250L and my CSC TT250, and I think it's about time that the DRZ gets its share of love. So let's get started with number 1. Number 1, first thing I hate about the DRZ400S is the gearing. It's a close ratio transmission, so there's not a lot of spacing between the first like 3 or 4 gears. So basically you have like 1 through 3rd is really close, and then 4th will take you about to 45 maybe, and then 5th is like 50 to like 80. Oh yeah. You know what? We gotta give this video the good treatment. We do. We do, and that's why we came here. So let's do it. Let's just hope we don't get in over our heads here. All right. So as I was saying, yeah, the gearing. It's not super terrible. But for dual sport, like, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of wonky. Like, I can never find like the gear that I want to be in, and I'm actually probably going to put the stock sprocket back on because I have a slightly larger rear sprocket than the stock DRZ400S's come with, just to give it a little bit less buzziness on the highway. But yeah, it's just, you know, all the gears work, they're fine. It's not like the Honda, my CRF250L, when you buy it, you have to change the gearing or you basically can't even ride it off-road. So, you know, it's not terrible, but it's just, it's not ideal either. And the fact that it only has 5 gears just kind of brings out that problem even more. Because if I had a 6th gear and I wasn't screaming in 5th, it'd be a lot better, but it is what it is. I've ridden a DRZ400E with E gearing, and that was nice for off-road especially. I probably wouldn't be too good on the highway. Mine's got kind of the compromise gearing. It's right in between the stock and what a 400E would be. So it's 47 on the rear, but it's still a 15 tooth on the front. And I believe, maybe I shouldn't have gone this way. Maybe I should have. Oh shoot. All right. So that's number one. Number two is the weight. It's a powerful bike. It weighs about the same as my CRF250L did, but it's heavy, man. It's heavy for a dual sport. At about 315 pounds stock, and with the way I'm riding it, I probably got at least another 30 pounds or so on it. What the heck? Oh, this is fun. Ooh. Careful now. Careful. Yeah, so you can hear me kind of huffing and puffing. This is not easy when the bike weighs this much, but it's doable. I think that's one of the cool things about the DRZ is it's a heavy bike. It'll do almost anything you throw at it. Something tells me I'm not supposed to be over here. Oops. Oopsie. Oh well. What can you do? What can you do? Okay, so yeah, so that's number two. It's heavy. And not only is it heavy, but it wears the weight up high. And so even though on paper it says it's the same as my CRF250L, it just feels top heavy. And even without the stuff, like even without the tank bag and my little box on the back, like it just feels a bit heavy. So that's number two. Number three is gonna have to be the fact that it's carbureted, and that's not its fault, you know. It's for a bike that was made in 2000. Most bikes back then did not have fuel injection. It's not a bad thing. Like mine's fine. Mine's had the 3x3 mod done to it, and it fires. I mean, unless it's been laying on the ground, it fires right up usually without too much effort. But you know, the whole dealing with jetting and altitude changes and all that kind of stuff, it's, you know, it's less than ideal, but it's something I can live with for the DRZ. One thing though that really irritates me, and pretty much every Suzuki is this way, is it's got that stupid Suzuki vacuum carb on it. So there's no off position, like you can't turn the gas off. There's on, prime, and reserve. On is kind of what you think it would be, but basically there's a vacuum, so if the engine's not running, it doesn't let the gas flow. Which is good, it sounds good in theory, but I guess those diaphragms go bad after a while. Prime is basically on, so for some reason the gas isn't flowing through the vacuum. And then obviously reserve is reserve, so if you need to turn the gas off for any reason, you are out of luck, my friends. You are out of luck. Oh, let's see, what else do I not care for about the DRZ? I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the foot pegs are in kind of a weird spot. It hasn't been like a huge issue, but I feel like when I need to get really aggressive on it and I need to like get up over the tank, I feel like I don't know if the pegs are too far forward. I'm not sure. So these are the IMS super stock pegs, so they're bigger than stock. But yeah, it's just I don't know, it's a weird feeling. Like, it took a while to get used to it, and when I first got this bike, it actually had some lowered foot pegs. I took those off and put these on, and these have been great. But I just still can't help but feel like they're in just kind of a weird position. I don't know if that's just me. Anybody else out there have a DRZ? I know I've seen it on some forum before. Somebody said something about that, and it's true. But once you get used to it, it's not so bad. And it is beautiful out here today. I thought I had gotten to the end of all the beauty, but I've been through here when it's a lot drier. Oh, there's a single track, another one. But what else? So that's the fourth thing I don't like about it. The fifth thing that really bugs me is the way the oil is stored in the bike. It just makes oil changes a pain. So the oil reservoir is like integrated with the frame of the bike, so you actually fill the oil through this little oil fill hole right here. So it goes right down into the frame. I mean, it's nice because it's right, you know, it's right here. It's not down by the engine. You don't have to worry about it getting knocked off or anything. That's a plus. But you know what? It kind of makes it makes oil changes a real pain, because you have to drain the oil from two spots. You have to drain the oil that's remaining in the frame, and you also have to drain the oil from the bottom in the engine. And I have not found a way to do that without making a huge mess. So if anybody knows how to do that and wants to give me some tips, that'd be pretty awesome. Another thing I don't like either is, and it's related to the oil, is that there's no viewing glass thing. So there's like no oil level viewer inside on the side of the engine. And my Honda had that, and I think my XT250 had that too. And I think the TT250 had it. So it's just nice, because this morning when I came out to ride, I hadn't really checked the oil, you know, because it's a dual sport. Like, I expect it to be fairly reliable. I do the maintenance. I change the oil on this thing about every 2,000 miles. So I guess maybe since I've been doing a lot of like high-speed highway, it must have burned up some oil, because I had to add a pretty significant amount of oil this morning. And you know, sometimes I forget to check the dipstick. It's just a habit that I got to get into, because my other bikes, I could just, you know, tip it sideways and take a look at the oil glass, and oh, looks good. So yeah, so I mean, aside from those things, I'm sure there's a couple more. I mean, the gas tank could be bigger. What else? It could use a facelift. Yeah, it could use a facelift for sure. Those rocks are cool. But overall, I mean, it's a great bike. Like, if you want to see like what I really think about the DRZ, like in terms of, you know, what kind of bike it is, check out this video that I'll put in the card when I talk about kind of what's the big deal about the DRZ. Like my other two bikes, I'm going to do probably 5 things I love about the DRZ as well, just because it's such a good bike, man. Like, I've done everything today. I've done single track, I've done fire roads, I've done freeway, I've done just about anything you can think of, and it just chews it up and spits it out like it's not a big deal, huh? More single track, but it's good. I don't regret getting this thing, not one bit. But anyways, guys, thanks for riding along with me and listening to some of these little things I don't like about my big girl here. But like I said, it's a great bike, and anybody considering one, I would definitely recommend it. It's been a fun time on this bike for sure. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave me a like down below. If you're new here, please subscribe. We like to do kind of adventure rides like this, and sometimes talk about bikes, sometimes talk about life, sometimes just ride and explore. So if that's what you're into and you're new, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you along for the ride. But anyways, guys, until next time, be sure to have fun, take care, and ride safe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, be sure to get out there and have adventures of your own. And I will see you guys next time.